3-0 down after the first leg. Liverpool through to the Champions League final after beating Barca 4-0. Stevie.
I can't believe it. I actually feel bad that I didn't give them a chance yesterday. I feel guilty, in fact, that I didn't.
1,000,000 to 1, I think.
I think it was, yeah. I should have known better. There is absolutely no doubt. You know, going into this game and previous European ties, it's always, oh, the great European nights at Liverpool, right? And you never think it's ever going to be topped, any of them. This has absolutely topped. Since the club began over 100 years ago, this is the greatest European night at Anfield ever, without question.
And a reason because of that is because we went into this thinking, oh, it's still going to be an anti-climax, isn't it? No one gave him a chance, and rightly so. You know, Barca were 3-0 up, Messi was on fire. We knew that Barca were going to score, and therefore Liverpool would have to score 5. But in the end, Liverpool...
We presumed they would score.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what they do. And in all fairness, they should have. They should have scored. Alisson was great, and the finishing, when they did get a chance, wasn't as sharp as it was in Barcelona because it was super clinical in Barcelona. However, they didn't deserve to go through at all. They were a shambles. But more importantly, we'll get to Barcelona in a bit.
Yeah.
But Liverpool, whenever I look at them, win or lose, and I think this club, this team are just a mirror image of the manager, and I think that's great because that means what he's saying is getting across. So the players believe, they've got enthusiasm, they've got drive, they've got everything that Klopp's got in the touchline. They take that onto the field, plus the quality. So before the game, you know, look, and also the fact they must have been on a bit of a downer from last night. Watching the City game, we're going to win the league, and then Company scores, and it's like, and now we've got to play a big Champions League game the next day. Jurgen Klopp at his press conference as well said, that was his first answer, wasn't it? He didn't even speak, he just went, well, we'll do our best.
Yes.
Amazing night, amazing.
No Firmino, no Salah. Robertson has to go off at half-time. Wijnaldum comes on, proves to be one of the heroes, along with Divock Origi.
So I tell you what else Liverpool has that, as compared to other teams in this competition and compared to most teams in the Premier League, they don't have excuses. They don't believe in excuses. There was every single excuse for them to lean on and say, you know what, it's just not meant to be. Our main guy's not out there. Firmino is not out there. Who's going to score the goals? How is it that we're going to threaten Barcelona? Robertson has to come off. And then the goals are coming from players that you simply don't expect. Origi scoring goals. And then Wijnaldum, who comes off the bench and he's scoring goals. But above all that is the fact that Liverpool, from the very beginning of this game, play with an energy, play with a self-belief that we didn't have, but the more important thing is that they had it. A stadium that certainly believed, clearly after that first goal, that it got even more electric, if that's even possible. And then once you are on that front foot, and you got the talent, and you got the willingness to take chances, says, you know what, we're going to give it a go. We believe in ourselves. We believe in what we have in front of us, and we're going to get after this team. Because we believe that we were better than they were in for large periods of time in that first leg. But it's one thing to believe it, and another thing to execute it. And they have both things coming together. The self-belief and then the execution that follows. Sadio Mane, excellent. Virgil van Dijk, excellent. And then you can just go across the board. You have excellent performances all over the place from Liverpool. And in the end, they met a team in Barcelona that simply came up short.
Do you know what sum Barcelona up the corner? That was the biggest shambles I've ever seen.
This was the quick corner taken by
Alisson. Biggest shambles I've ever seen at any level. I don't think I've even seen it watching kids football when my kids were younger. It just summed them up. But to add to the list, Fabinho. Let me tell you about game management. He got booked on the 11th minute. He's the defensive block in front of the back four. He's got Messi more often than not coming into his area, and he's got to play nearly 80 minutes plus with a yellow card and manage the game and still protect and still try and nick the ball and get them on the front foot. And I thought that was the Fabinho that we saw at Monaco. We haven't always seen it at Liverpool. He's getting better, and we're starting to see the real Fabinho. But I just thought his game management was excellent.
Do you know, I think we've got to give Origi a lot of credit. You know, I haven't been a huge fan of him. And I've certainly been critical of Klopp because recently, when he has played, he's played him as an attacking wide player. And that's not his game. Now, tonight, you talk about getting your tactics spot on. I don't remember anybody at the back playing the ball backwards. Every single time the ball was hit forward to Origi, who was playing like an old-fashioned centre-forward at times. And that stretched them all the way back, which meant that there was room in the middle of the park. And Liverpool, they absolutely got everything perfect. Sometimes they go long. Barcelona drop off. Sometimes they go short. Sometimes they go wide. They whip balls in across low. They're putting balls in high. They absolutely threw all kinds of ammunition at Barcelona to the point where Barcelona had no idea what day of the week it was. So this was an absolutely complete performance. And you shouldn't forget, in order to play the way Liverpool did, you talk about fitness. I mean, there was two little stages. I think the last 10, 15 minutes of the first half, they dropped a little. And then just before the second goal, I thought they were beginning to drop a little again, but they get the goal and then they're at it. I mean, an absolute complete performance.
Add to that as well, let's not forget, Barca rested everyone at the weekend.
Listen, shall we talk about his performance tonight? Because we're going to give you some insight here. He watched the first half with us in the green room.
Angry.
But he was the Luis Suarez of the green room. He was a pain in the butt. He was angry. So he was dispatched to his desk for the second half.
Threatening.
1-0 up. And every time there was a goal, he came back in. And then we sent him back to his desk.
That was it.
And he kept him. I said, every time he scored a goal, he said, he'll be in a minute.
For more, sign up now for ESPN Plus.